Alright everyone, JD Sage, and you know what time it is. Another new episode of FortuneBuilders.tv. And what I'm doing this week is I'm going to go a step further on our topic last week, which was home inspections. We got a lot of good feedback below the video. And thank you for those that commented, and people really appreciated the information. And so what I'm doing is I'm calling this week's show Home Inspections 102 basically. And I'm going to take what we talked about last week and I'm going to go a step further. And we're continuing in the sales process section of our series here of videos that we're going to do. And what I've done first and foremost is I've created a pretty cool download for you below the video. So below this video, be sure and download the attachment that we put together. And it's called Home Inspections, Outcomes, Mindsets, and Powerful Statements. Because as you know by now, learning from and watching these videos and studying from us at Fortune Builders, that we have a system for everything. And that also includes the home inspection process and attending that inspection, what to say, how to say it, what to bring. And some of those things and the important points are highlighted in that download. And they're very unique things that you can say and do there. And so what I talk about in the download is the most important outcomes that we want by going to the home inspection in our sales process, what we should bring, what we could bring, and then I include some powerful statements that we can make in each different stage of the process, because how you communicate and what you communicate is as important, is vitally important to get your message across, okay? So download that, and by reading that download, that means that you're going to become more knowledgeable in this area of the business, and that's what we ultimately want. And I'll just address a couple of things before we go into the next section of the show. We had some good questions below the video. One question was, for example, should I, the homeowner, get my own home inspection before the buyers do? You can. I'll tell you, as I commented to their question on the below the video, is anytime you produce a report like that, you really need to, and you're obligated to disclose that information to the buyers. So I don't really recommend doing that. What I do recommend is becoming your own home inspector. And over time, by continuing to learn the process of rehabbing, you'll be able to uncover more things during the renovation process. And that's another thing going to your home inspection allows you to do. You can see what home inspectors look at, how they test things, and you can do all those things prior, or more importantly, have your contractor do those things prior on subsequent rehabs. So I wouldn't pay for your own home inspection. I would get better at looking through the eyes or looking at your house just like a home inspector will look at the house. And then the other thing is there's a liability issue. I never want to, and I never want you to produce your own home inspection and provide it to your buyers. You want to remove yourself from that selection process and let your buyers, from a liability perspective, let your buyers pick their own home inspector and conduct their own separate home inspection. But we want to attend that inspection for the reasons that we talked about last week, and more reasons that are outlined really in this download, which is basically building a customer and streamlining the sales process, and ultimately building better customers in our business. And understand that it's not just the buyer. It's also the realtor, because the buyer's realtor will probably be at that home inspection. It's also the home inspector too. Those three individuals will be customers. They're definitely customers to you on that transaction. But if you build a good relationship with that buyer, they're more likely to tell other people about the experience and working with their customer. Same with that agent, or working with you to buy a house, I should say, and the customer experience that they had. The realtor, same thing. If you build a good relationship with them and they're good at what they do, that could be someone that could bring you leads in the future. The home inspector can be an ally for you in a lot of different areas of your business. What I'll say about this download is it's written from the perspective of making statements as if the person that was there was a manager, a rehab manager, or a construction manager, or a project manager, we could say, because in my office I have a number of different project managers. So a lot of the questions or statements that are made are sort of putting a separation between the person that's at the home inspection and the owner. So if you're at the home inspection, you're the owner, well, then the statement will be shifted slightly to that, instead of making a statement like the sellers, for example, as these statements are phrased in here. You're going to make the statement that as the seller, because that's you, right? If that's you going to it. So understand that as you read through this this outline. Okay, so there's some awesome information in here. awesome information. So what I want you to do is download this report here in this outline. I want you to read it. I want you to watch the rest of this video, and I want you to give us comments about what you've learned, feedback, things that you've either said or done that have been helpful in this process, so that we can continue to be interactive, which is what these videos are for. Next section, of course, is our deal or no deal section.
Deal or no deal?
All right, so deal or no deal, I'm going to keep it simple. It's being prepared for each area of your business and each activity that you do in your business, or just kind of winging it. So option A is being prepared. Option B is just kind of throwing yourself in the fire and figuring it out. Well, I think by now you understand that going into a situation prepared is more powerful, and that's what this download will allow you to do for the home inspection, is to be more prepared. And that's the way we're going to break down a lot of the trainings this year, for those of you that are just new to the website. Okay, our last section is our quote of the week.
Quote of the week.
All right, so our quote of the week, I went back to our main man, Mr. Zig Ziglar, who some of you know, some of you may not know, passed away at the end of last year and inspired, thousands and thousands of people over the years. And I'm going to go with a quote that I really love of his, and I'll read it to you. "You were born to win, but to be a winner, you must plan to win, prepare to win, and expect to win." Mr. Zig Ziglar. That's a good one, and certainly applicable to what we do. And winning doesn't always mean finishing the crossing the finish line first or making $1 million. Winning means, in my opinion, being the best version of yourself. But you got to expect to be, you got to prepare to be, and ultimately you got to know that you deserve it. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this show, and I hope you enjoyed the download. I'm going to say it again and remind you to give us feedback and comments and your ideas below the show, so that we can continue to add value to all the students in the Fortune Builders community. I'll see you on the next show.